You're gonna have to bear with me and my tiredness. Love you. Hello and welcome to my channel, The Danish Wordaholic. My name is Silka and today we will be doing a haul. It is now... Can you see the time? It is 22:11. So 10 minutes past 10. I've just gotten home from a date. I'm beyond tired. And I forgot to film today, which you would have noticed, maybe. So we're taking it slow. We're doing a little bit of a fun, easy thing. We're doing the haul that I've been talking about. I have a couple of books to talk about, so we're gonna go through them slightly quickly. There's some that I have some things to say about and others where I have less because it's a part of a series. So obviously I cannot tell you too much about those, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So let us roll in my cart. I don't know how much of it you will be able to see. Nothing, actually, but I have my cart like right there. And let me tell you which books I have gotten recently. And yeah. Most of them are graphic novels, so I'm going to start off with the two that are not graphic novels, and then we will move on to the rest. I'll do this one first because it's the easiest to grab. So I have gotten Hell Followed With Us. This is by Andrew Joseph White. I do believe the author is a queer trans author from the US, but I am not 100% sure, but I'm like 95% sure that I'm correct. And the only thing that I'm unsure about is honestly if it's from the US or not. I found this book, read about it, forgot what it's about, and now we're here. But I do believe that it has something to do with a trans person being in this cult, or being in this universe where they don't accept trans people at all. And this person is trying to escape from the cult. It says here, a 16-year-old trans boy Benji is on the run from the cult that raised him, the fundamentalist sect that unleashed Armageddon and decimated the world's population. And then he is rescued by a group of teens from the local Aixen LGBTQ+ center. And then we just follow that journey. I'm not going to be reading more about it because I'm still wanting to go into it blind, and reading too much about it will make me start remembering things when I actually do get to it. I did have this on my TBR for Aurelium, but I switched it out with something else. So I will not be reading this month, but I might read it during the summer period of time. I'm really not sure, but also now that I have gotten a job that I'm starting next month, I don't know how much time I will actually have for reading because starting a new job will be stressful and I don't know how much spare time I'll have, but I'll cross that bridge when I get there, honestly. So, but I'm still super excited about this book, and honestly the cover, it is not my go-to style. It is very maximalist, but I also like the color scheme of it and how it's just kept to these like 4 colors. So we have like a black, a white, this greenish, and this reddish color. And the fact that everything is done in those colors is absolutely stunning. I freaking love it, and it's such a vibe. And the art style in itself is just super cool. This is just such a joy for me as like a graphic designer to look at. It is like one of my favorite covers. If I had to choose only from the books that I've like that are non-Fairy Loot books, this would be my favorite cover. But I do believe that I have some Fairy Loots that kind of beat this, but it's just a matter of opinion. But this is an absolutely stunning cover, and if anybody have read this, let me know what you think. I feel a little bit strange sitting here filming, but that's just because I have like a giant window right next to me, and if anybody is watching, they can see like straight in because the light is so bright. And yeah, I'm sorry if it's too bright, I can't see shit. This is one of the ones that I cannot tell you too much about. We have Sea Sparrow by Kristin Cashore. This is the 4th book in the Graceling realm. Sorry, this is the 5th book in the Graceling realm. I still haven't gotten to Winterkeep, so I don't have any clue what is going to happen in this. I do believe that now that we've gotten towards the, I don't want to say the end, but further along in the series, they're kind of more intertwined than the first ones were. Obviously, Graceling and Fire weren't that intertwined because they're different timelines or set in a different time, but there were like 1 or 2 characters that reappeared. And then when we got to Bitterblue, I think both Fire and Katsa from Graceling was present in it. And we started getting more intertwined into the story, so I don't want to read about what this is about because I don't want to have any spoilers for Winterkeep. But I do believe that we follow a character in this that we meet in Winterkeep, and that it has something more to do with being at sea. I think I've heard that it's about a character from Winterkeep, but all of the ocean stuff and the fact that I think it might be a little bit piratey is all stuff that I'm getting from the title, from the cover with the anchor and everything. So I have a feeling that a lot of the plot takes place at sea, and I am excited about that. So fingers crossed that I'm correct about that. If you don't know what the Graceling realm is about, let me tell you, because it's one of my favorite books. I'm going to be putting this down though because it's heavy. So in Graceling, in this land, I don't remember the name of the land, I'm sorry. There are these people that have graces. So basically it's a talent for something. And then in the first book, Graceling, we follow Katsa. Basically she has been raised by the king because all Gracelings need to go to the royals in their respected area and then be trained with them. And if the king finds them useful, they will be recruited into some kind of career. Shut the fuck up, people. And Katsa has developed a grace for killing, so she is obviously the perfect assassin to have, and the king knows that. So he has Katsa in his grasp, but what he doesn't know is that Katsa is also working on some, like at a secret organization that is trying to save everybody. And that is all I want to say without giving too much away. But Katsa is the greatest. My favorite book in the series is the sequel called Fire, where we follow a girl named Fire. And she is my favorite character ever, I think. Well, almost. So next up, Heartstopper, Volume 1, 2, 3, and 4. Jem told me that the 5th one is coming out soon, so I'm excited for that. But let me talk a little bit about Heartstopper. First of all, I got this entire series from my mom and dad when we went on a one-day trip to Germany. I think I've talked about this already, so I'm not going to go too much into it. But basically, I just saw them, said that I've heard great things about them, I wanted to read them, and then they kindly gifted them to me, and I was just beyond happy. Honestly, a cheat code or like a loophole into my heart. Give me a book and I'm there. I'm sold. I'm that easy, apparently. In this, we follow Charlie and Nick in what I would say was equivalent to high school. And basically, Charlie has been outed the year before at his school, and he's kind of like a little bit of a loner. He's kind of going about his day by himself. And then he meets Nick in a class, and they form a bond and become great friends. And Nick kind of introduces him to other stuff. He makes him like join the rugby team, which he then like turns out to really enjoy. But also, Nick is slowly realizing that it might be a little bit more than friendship with Charlie, so he is trying to figure out how he is feeling and who he is, and is he straight or is he something else. And I just feel like this is a great self-discovery type of book, and I love all of the relationships, like all the friendships, everything that's in this. I've said this already, but I absolutely freaking adore Charlie's sister. I feel like their sibling dynamic is great, and I'm just here for it. So I'm excited for the 5th one. I have already read the entirety of this, and I gave it 4 stars, the entire thing. I think the 4th one ended up being a 4.5, whereas the rest of them were 4 stars. I won my game, as you might have realized. And I got these. I will say now, sorry, I'm so sorry guys, but I just will not be able to have the new game ready. It's been, like, I honestly thought I would, and I think I will have it ready to order, but I'm not sure if it will be here on time, and that is where we are with the whole game thing. So I might wait a little bit with doing my TBR next month, because I'm not going to start the game again. So I might be taking next month as like a chill month also because of, you know, new job and everything, so to not stress myself out. So I might just wait and then do half a TBR when I actually get the game. But I don't know yet, and when we get closer to next month, I will let you know where we are on the whole TBR game debacle. But you have seen the old board for the last time, because I will not start a new round until I've gotten the new board, which will be soon. I just need to finish the goddamn thing. I've said this so many times and I'm so sorry. I know that people are really excited to see the new board and I'm really excited to show it, but these last couple of months have been absolute shit. So anyways, we're here to talk about books. I won my game and then I went to Copenhagen and I bought graphic novels. First up, we have Rat Queens. I have no fucking clue what it's about, but I've heard good things. That is honestly the reasoning for me to buy the 3 books where I bought the first volume. It is honestly because I don't know shit about them, but I've heard good things. Or they look cool. But this one, it just says, they're a pack of booze-guzzling, death-dealing battle maidens for hire, and they're in the business of killing all the gods' creature for profit. This modern spin on an old-school genre is a violent, monster-killing epic that is like Buffy meets Tank Girl in Lord of the Rings world on crack. Which honestly sounds like something straight up my alley, so I'm excited to start this and see what I think. Next up, we have Low by Rick Remender. This is, if I remember correctly, in a futuristic world where the world has been destroyed and humankind have had to flee below the below the water. And I really, really like that idea. It's super scary, and I feel like it's also like the opposite of The 100, where humanity fled like into space. But this is just going below water, and I feel like that is super cool. I absolutely love the ocean, the sea, water, anything like that. So I feel like this would be something that I would really enjoy. When I flipped through it, it seemed to be a little bit spicy, but maybe I just landed on a scene that was spicy but like, I don't know. Shut up. I don't know, but I'm really excited to get to it. I will tell you more about what it's actually about when I've read it. So the final one, that is the first volume that I've gotten, Saga. I've only heard like good things and I don't know what it's about, but I know that it's kind of set in space, and that's about it. I feel like it's something about 2 people from different type of species that are wanting to start a family, and then everybody being like, no, you can't. That is so badly explained, but I don't want to read what it's about. But I'm tempted to, but I'm not going to do it. I feel like if you are somebody who's interested in graphic novels, you have either already read Saga or it's already on your radar. And if not, then where have you been? Go check it out. I say that before having read it, but I feel like it's pretty safe to say. The next 4 are continuations of series that I already have, so I cannot tell you too much about it, especially because I do not remember the plot from the first book. So I have literally nothing to tell you, and I'm so sorry about it. But first up, we have Monstrous, Volume 3. I will be doing a reread of this because, as I just said, I cannot remember a damn thing about this series. All I remember is that we have this main character who is morally gray, and we have this, to me, it's a little bit of a complicated world. I didn't understand everything in the second volume, but maybe I was just not in the mood for it. I don't know. So it's probably a good thing that I'm going to do a reread. But there is this thing inside her, like a monster thing, and I feel like it's just a very interesting premise. And also her relationship with this little cat person is freaking adorable, and I'm excited to see where this goes. Once again, I've only heard good things about Monstrous, so I'm excited to continue with the series and see if I will continue to enjoy it. Next up, we have Pretty Deadly. This is a graphic novel. I, once again, do not remember a damn thing from the first one, other than the fact that I liked it. We have like a setting that to me feels very zombie apocalypse meets Western movies, and I am not sure if I'm correct in any of those aspects, but that is just the vibe that I get from it. I might be completely wrong, but as I said, it's the vibe. And I'm excited to continue with this. Once again, I will have to reread the first one to remember what actually happened, but if I'm correct, then it ended kind of on a cliffhanger, and that is all I need, and I'm excited to go back into this universe because it's actually super cool. Also, it gives me an excuse to read the first one again. Yay. The final two I'm going to show you together because it's from the same series. We have Snot Girl Volume 2 and 3. Volume 2 is called California Screaming and 3 is called Is This Real Life? I love this because it's a lot of different genres, in my opinion, like combined. It's very contemporary, but then there's also a little bit of a mystery, and it's just super cool. And I like the fact that she's called Snot Girl just because she has allergies. It's so hilarious. I cannot. And it feels very down to earth, but at the same time it feels very unrealistic, and I like that combination of things. I didn't think I would like this as much as the other ones, but this was actually my favorite series, which is why I've gotten 2 more volumes in this series, whereas with the others I've only gotten 1. So I'm very excited to dive back into this, and yes, I will also be rereading the first one because even though I loved it so much, I don't remember what it was about. It's that thing about my memory that we've talked about before. It sucks. That was actually it. That was my haul. Now I can put all of the books on my shelf again and we will be happy. Yes. So, thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment telling me which of these books you have read. Are there any of them that you're interested in? After my very poor excuse for an explanation of them. So, sorry about that, but let me know. If you just want to let me know that you're here but don't know what to comment, you can always leave a green heart. If you like this video, please hit the like icon, and if you want to see more of my bookish content, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It will mean the world to me. And until I see you next time, bye!